everyone, it's me, Tess. Welcome back to my channel. Today is the 4th of February 2020. Sorry it is a little later than I intended of the first Sunday of the month. Wasn't as organised as we thought going back to school, so we had to pick up uniforms, shoes, all that jazz, and then last night I did record one. It failed, so you've got me today. Probably works a little bit better because it is still daytime and the light, you can actually see my whips. That being said, I am going to get straight into it. I will try and come up with a bit of a routine, as you will be seeing pretty much the same whips every month. But let's get started. First up, of course, is Haystack Sunset. Picture here of what it will eventually, hopefully, look like. And I am not as far as I would like, but at the start of the year, I haven't been feeling stitching, haven't had as much time, and when I do stitch, I've sort of been grabbing more mindless things. But I'm still stitching on it every single day. I've hit 24% complete, and I do want to push to get this done by my birthday. So hopefully you'll see quite a bit of progress next month as dance has gone back, and I should get some stitching time back in my life. Minimum, I want to have 550 complete by the February update. Next up is Fairy Bubbles. Started this January 1, picture here. And I have also maintained my goal of stitching on this at least once a week. I am about 50% through my page. It's not the official pattern page, but I've broken it up. And I am, which way are we going? I think I'd be used to this by now. It's just so much fabric, it's unwieldy. I am looking forward to seeing that all filled in, especially with the zigzags, because I think that's just going to look really cool. But I do have to get a wiggle on and get the next page ready so I don't have to stop stitching due to chart. The next whip, which you will see every month, is my temperature stitch. I'm going to say it now. I intend to have this up to date every single update. It should be possible. It's a quick stitch if I keep on top of it. But you've got January done. I think it looks super cool. Really happy with how it's turned out. Yeah, it's kind of fascinating to see that the minimums don't change a lot even when the maximums do, but I'm looking forward to seeing how it changes as we get through the months. We've obviously had a lot of hot days this year with bushfires and horrible weather, but I'm loving that and I'm going to keep up to date. The next thing I've got is the Peppermint Purple sale, free blackwork sale that Claire is doing. I have started this so many times and I'm still not sick of it. First it was sort of, I didn't like the 2/1. Then I started stitching and someone had the great idea of duplicating it makes a cushion size, so it would be easier to finish. So then I restarted it, and I was just thinking about what fabric I could back it with, and then I had the idea to reverse the colours, so it was sort of a two-sided cushion. When I bought the second piece of fabric, even though it was pre-packaged, exactly the same location, it was a different colour, so I had to start again. That being said, unfortunately, because of all that, I'm not up to date like I wanted to be for the video, but I'm close. The official sale, I am up to date. The first 5 blocks. They are just beautiful, absolutely in love. And I've gone down with the border so I can do the flipped version soon. Absolutely. I'm so excited to see this grow, and I have been picking this whip for most of my stitching time just because it is really nice and mindless, and I don't have to think. But on the second side, here is what I've done. Again, I'm up to date with the first 5 blocks using the reverse colours. So block 1 is actually colour 52, and I have started down on the second side. So I'm aiming to have this properly caught up in my mind by the next video, and if not, whatever. So they're my whips. You will see them every month. Hopefully you'll see some movement and I don't get too distracted, because I have joined the Whip Go movement. My board is here. You'll notice that I haven't got a free square in the middle. I've got motherhood. I am doing that for my nephews. I've got 2 of them. They're almost 4 and 2, and she's pregnant with the 3rd, so I figure I don't get time off, and by the time I thought of it, I'd already done my board, so it's using my free spot. I did come into it a bit late. I'm not aiming for a certain number of stitches or finishes. I'm going to work on the project at least once a week during the month. So in February, I'm going to do both my January and February pieces. So I will have 2 whips to work on every day for the month of February. The Haystack, which obviously I'm still stitching daily, the 4 Whip Go pieces, the Peppermint Sail, the Temperature Stitch, and Fairy Bubbles. So February is going to be quite busy for me, but I think I can do it. I'm going to show you the starting point for my 4 Whip Go pieces, and then next month you'll see how much I got done with, you know, a bit of stitching. First one is the Magic Grotto, photo here. I'm pretty sure I showed this last month. Almost nothing to show. I'm doing this extreme cross country, least colours to most colours, just for a bit of fun. So I should get a couple of colours done on that at least. Cheating, but it is what it is. Second January piece is Peaceful Forest, picture here. I'm doing a sale with Mitch Stitch because she's the one that I found the chart through, and I really haven't done a lot on this one either. So hopefully I can get a decent amount done. It's a pretty quick stitch from the looks of it, but these things are deceiving, so we'll see how that goes. Save the stitches. I'm going to try to put a picture here. I'm not sure if Elizabeth Armand has a mock-up on her website. I don't want to use someone else's image off the internet without their permission, so you may or may not have seen a picture, but I'm pretty sure everyone knows Save the Stitches. I have already worked on this for the first week of the month of Feb, so that's where I'm up to. I am doing the borders first and numbering the blocks so I know what's what. I still haven't decided what colours I'm doing the actual black work with, but I've got time because there's a lot of borders. And the last one for February is Sleeping Beauty, picture here. And I've actually done more than I thought with this one, if I could know. I think it goes this way. I've done more than I thought. Obviously not a lot, but we'll see how much I can get done on her. Love this fabric. It's something by Colour Cascades. I'm not sure. I should know. I think it might be At Last, but I will correct myself if I'm wrong. So they're the whips. You will be able to see how much I get done. What's that, 3 or 4 days worth of stitching? So it's, my whip go pieces aren't going to get a huge amount of love unless I'm completely obsessed with them, but something's better than nothing, because I've got a lot of whips that deserve some love. That's it for the whips. I'm going to move on to my Silks for You order. I am part of the Silk of the Month Club, so every month I get the custom's not the right word, unique, you know what a Colour of the Month Club is. I'm part of that. This month I also ordered another 2 project bags because absolutely fell in love with the first one, and seeing as this year I am working on a couple of projects at the same time, I want to be able to separate them, and they are just absolute perfection. So happy with them. Beautiful. Love, 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 love. And the silks for this month, beautiful colours as always. Oh, so gorgeous. I will be using one of these for my Rosetta chart. I'm kind of drawn to this one because it has got a bit of a purpley vibe to it, but I also want to move away from the purples, so I'm thinking maybe this one. But I still haven't started that one either because time, there's never enough of it. That's all I have to show you. I am going to make an amendment. I mentioned last month that I was going to do a new birthday start of the chart June. July has been released and it's stunning. Photo here. I know that I wanted to do the June chart because it's, you know, the flower of the month and it's my birthday and everything, but July is just more me. It's purples, which are stunning colours. It's an orchid, which is my favourite flower. So I will instead be stitching July for my birthday, and Armour is going to be doing a stitch along with me. I will eventually make a hashtag. I'm still trying to figure out what it will be. So you're more than welcome to join us. Not until June, as I said, so we've got a bit of time, but it's just so pretty. Speaking of stitch-alongs, I know that Save the Stitches, I think I've seen a couple of stitch-alongs going around for this year for that. I'm, I guess, joining / creating one. Julie from Silver Stitches is going to do it with me. So at the moment I'm doing it every Monday for my Whip Go board, and I'm just going to continue stitching on it every Monday for the year. So I'm going to do a bit of research into the hashtag, not sure whether to join the one that's already going or create our own, but if you've thought about stitching that, maybe join us because it's gorgeous. Black work is amazing. I wish I had more time. And I think that's it. I have been toying with the idea of doing a whip parade. Obviously, most people do it at the beginning of the year. I wasn't that organised. Is it something that you're interested in? A lot of my whips don't have a lot of start on them, so I don't know whether it'd be worth it because they are kind of blank pieces of fabric. But yeah, let me know if it's something you're interested in. Happy to organize it eventually. Hopefully I will be a bit more organized for the next month. I am still working on my planner. I don't understand how it takes me so long to create, because if it was just done, it'd help me be organized. But when that's done, if anyone's interested, I'll also walk through that. But on that note, and with that being said, I think that's everything I have to show you. I think that's everything I have to speak to you about. So I will see you next month, unless I do a stitch with me earlier. I'm trying to figure out stitching setup and how to do it and what to say while I'm stitching, but that's also something I'm playing with the idea of. Anyway, I'm gonna go because now I'm rambling, and I will see you when I next see you. Bye guys.